So the next concept is different types of instances. Different types of instances. So that is called instance types. Instance types. So that is EC2 instance types. So when I click on instance types, so it depends on the RAM, that's a memory, CPU, storage, network performance. So different types of instances are there. So based on your requirement, you can select and you can create for your project. So as of now, 629 types of instances are there. So every instance have some instance type name is available. The lowest instance type name is T1 micro. T1 micro. Okay. The highest type of instance name is this is a one. So guys, you don't want to remember all these things. Not required. Not required. So based on your requirement, you can select it. Based on your requirement, you can select it, which one you want. So the lowest one, it'll be cheaper and highest one is a higher cost. And if you go to instances, you can directly download the CSV file and open this. And this is a comma separated value file will be created, generated. You can select like this. And you can use like this filter. You can do like this. So you can easily filter which instances you want. So currently this file I downloaded in the North Virginia location. So example, as per your project requirement, you're planning to create the instance required. That means server required 4 GB of RAM. Okay, 4 GB of RAM is required. And any other requirement is there? Maybe 4 CPUs is required. So requirement, some requirement from your project. So you will be selecting the virtual CPUs. You can select this example, 4 virtual CPUs is requirements. Only this, only this, only this models are supported. 4 virtual CPUs are available. As I told you yesterday, the multiple hypervisors are there. Nitro hypervisors and Zen hypervisors. Example, you want to create instances only in the Zen hypervisor, you can select it. You can select this. You can select here. So these models only will be supported in Zen hypervisor virtual CPUs. Can easily identify which model you need to select. Okay. And the price also, everything will be mentioned in this Excel sheet. Based on your requirement, you can please check before you create. Before you create. If you're creating Linux machine, this is the charges. If you're creating Windows machine, this is the charges. Any questions here? No, thank you. Next, I will explain launch template later. Okay, let me explain these models. Spot request. So what is meaning of spot request? Spot request means quickly the machines will get created. Spot. on the spot. Okay. So when you click on a request to spot instances, okay, and we have an option called manual configured and use a launch template. So right now I not explain the launch template. I'll explain end of this class today. So first of all, manual configured launch parameters. So here we have a AMI. So different types of AMIs is that based on your requirement you can select. Example, I'm going to create 2016 operating system. 2016 base operating system I want to create it. So which keeper you want? Example, North Virginia Windows keeper I'm going to use it. And additional requirement, some services will be there. IAM fleet service. So terminate the instance when the request expire. So the spot request means it will create, we will give the some deadline. After the deadline, the instance will not available on the EC2 console. Automatically it will expire. That means it will delete. Okay. And we can select this target capacity. Minimum one, maximum based on your requirement, you can create it. So the capacity you can create based on the instances, based on the CPUs, based on the memory. Suppose your load is high on the application, it will increase the server. Maybe if you load on the application, it will increase the CPU. It's load on the server, it will increase the memory of the server. So mostly in real-time environment, we will use this option, number of instances. Example, I'm going to create a two. Next, maintain target capacity. Okay, once you reach the maximum limit, okay, what is your behavior? You want to terminate the instances, you want to stop the instances, that means shut down, you want to hibernate, you want to sleep the instances, that you can select this. Once you reach the limit, what is your behavior? Set maximum cost of the spot instances. So you have some budget for the application and project, and what is the maximum per hour you can up to you can create it. Example, suppose the maximum $5 per hour you can create some instances. So maybe $5, maybe based on the instance type, maybe 3 instances or maybe 4 instances or 5 instances or 10 instances that we create. Depends on the operating system, depends on the size of your instances. Okay, that you can set a maximum limit for your budget. Okay, suppose you want to, you have you have selected a project cost, you have selected a project cost to maintain the application. The company's provided $1,500, $1,500. You need to get profit right out of it. So at least uh, at least 50% of the budget is required. So 50% means 750. So 750 is your benefit and 750 only you can use it. So 750 divided by 30 days. So per day, $25 per day, $25 they'll be, that's a limit. So what is the budget for the application divided by 24 hours, $1.04 per hour. That is a maximum limit. So if your budget is more than 1,500, you can increase this value. Understand? If it is a lesser means the value will get reduced. Anybody's understand the concept, what I'm explaining now? Based on the budget will take some profit and remaining amount will be converting into the productivity. So the per hour cost we will be selecting here, maybe $2 or $3 or $5 like that. Suppose the company is provided $4,000 to maintain per month. at least you need to take $1,000 for your profit. So that means $3,000. So every day you need to maintain the server. Per day, $100 is there. So $100, 24 hours. So per hour maximum cost is 4.1. So here you can set $4 per hour cost. So once it is reached a $4, it will not increase the server count. Within the $4, how many servers are creating based on the instance type, that many servers will run. That many servers it will run. Coming to the network, based on your requirement, you can select the network and availability zone. So guys, availability zone is nothing but data center. In the region, data center. Coming to the instance type requirement, we have a virtual CPU minimum and maximum limit we can set. Memory minimum maximum limit we can set. That's one of the good concept. What is your least memory you can use for the instance, and what is the maximum memory or CPU you can use for the instance? You can select that. So finally, you can click launch an instance. So based on our instance type, okay, and this is a charge per hour, 5.053 per hour target capacity. Okay. Any other question? So here we can select the capacity is 2. For these 2 instances, this is the charges. Okay, you can launch it. This is called spot request. This is called spot fleet request. So these many days, we are taking agreement to run the servers based on your budget. Any other questions? So next question is, topic is savings plans. Saving plans. So once we are using Amazon EC to create your instances and managing your project, we have a saving plans at it. You can click on saving plans and you can read it thoroughly and you can create based on your requirement. So that is called AWS cost management. AWS cost management. So here in the savings plan, go to overview, okay, inventory, and you can purchase the savings plans. So there are 3 types of models at that savings plans: compute saving plan, EC2 instance saving plan, SageMaker saving plan. So instead of that SageMaker, compute saving and EC2 instance, both are important. Now I'm going to select a EC2 instance saving plan. We have a term conditions are there. Minimum 1 year term and 3 years term will be there. That means if you select 1 year, at least 1 year you need to maintain your servers in the production. So then only you'll get the benefit. If you select the 3 years, you have to stay for 3 years. You have to maintain, then only you'll get the benefit. So this is the terms plan. Is example, if I'm selecting 1 year in the particular region, example, North Virginia, family. So based on your requirement, T2 and purchase commit per hour committed is 10 hours and payment option, the 3 types will be there. All upfront. All upfront means the total amount I'm paying right now only. You'll get more benefit, more discount you'll get. Partial upfront, 50% I'll pay now. Remaining 50% once bill is generated, I'll pay. So you'll get a little discount. No upfront, I'm not paying any amount. I'll pay later, like a postpaid connection. Okay. So you don't have any discount, but you'll get a discount very, very less, very, very less. So these type of plans are available. So based on that, you can see, based on that, you can see what is the benefit you'll get. What is the benefit you'll get? Are you clear? Thank you. Next, go to reserved instances. Reserved instances means for future use, you will be reserving your instances, okay, in advance. That is called reserved instances. Purchase reserved instances, also you will save the money. So here, based on the operating system, based on the tenancy. So what is meaning of tenancy? Tenancy is nothing but the instance you are creating in EC2, right? In the particular hypervisor, okay? In the particular hypervisor, and on what basis the instances will be creating. So we have dedicated tenancies, that default tenancies. That dedicated means you have to separate server you're taking for yourself and you're creating instances. That is called dedicated. It will have a huge cost. Default means wherever it is available, the resources, the instance will get created. That's called default tenancy. Understand? So in EC2, we have a hypervisors, that is a Zen hypervisors, Nitro hypervisors are available. So if you're creating instance wherever it is possible, it will create. If you're selecting the dedicated, a specific server is allocating to you, and all the instances will be creating on that particular server. So it will cost will be very high. So mostly we are maintain the default only. Offering class. So always you want to be a standard and you want to be convert. Anytime you want to change it, you can go with the convertible. Always you have to be same configuration, you can go with the standard. Better you can select any. Based on your requirement, you can select it. You can select the instance type based on your requirement. And term, minimum 1 year or 3 months term, you can select it. So payment option, I'll pay right now, I'll pay later, partial I'll pay, remaining amount pay later. So based on your requirement, you can select it. Example, I'll pay total amount right now. You can click search, you'll get the bill. You'll get the bill. So what is the size? So if I'm selecting the Windows instance, T2 a T3 micro, I'm taking a 1 year subscription. Okay, 1 year subscription like this, 1 year subscription. This is the charges will be applicable. This is the charges will be applicable. So now I'm paying total amount right now. So this is a paying. What is the upfront cost? $134. If you're paying later, no upfront. What is the charges? So based on your usage, you will get it. Based on your usage, you'll get it. Some partial upfront. So this is the charges will be there. Partial upfront. So 50% now, 50% later. So based on that, you can select your reservation and you can start creating your instances and you can pay for them. Any questions in the reserved instances? So once you're ready, you can select the number of instances you can add to cart. So instances will be ready in your EC2 console. Just like you're buying the instances for your production. Just like your online shopping. Okay, online shopping. So here online shopping is your servers. Next, dedicated host. Dedicated host means whatever the instances you're creating, only virtual machines you're creating, right, on the hypervisor. But if you wish to creating a server directly on the physical machine, you can hire a physical server, the concept called dedicated host. If you click at dedicated host, it will be very huge cost. Don't create it, guys. Don't create it. So let me explain that concept. I'll not create it. When you click create allocate dedicated host, it will ask the name. Example, um, demo dedicated web server. Let's understand. Okay, I'm creating it. What is a family? So we have a different families are there. I'm going to select one of the family. And which region you are going to select? One of the region in the particular Northwest India. And here is option called outpost. Outpost I will explain later. There's a very different concept. I'll explain later. And now once you click allocate number of server, the charges will be applicable. The charges is very high. The charges is very high. So once you get the physical server, you need to connect the server with the IP address. You need to install the operating system and you have to buy the licenses for the operating system. Everything you need to take care. Only AWS they'll provide a physical server to you. You need to manage it. AWS they will not take care of anything. Only they will run the server continuously in the data center. But it's a very huge cost. But it is a very huge cost. Any other questions? Thank you. Go to AC2 scheduled instances. Scheduled instances means a particular time some production will be running. So during that time, some additional service is required. You will purchase some service will be in a scheduled manner. So and so date, so and so time, the service you need to create. So how many hours you need required? Allow 2 hours time window. You need to create this many servers. So daily you need to create a service, which operating system and which availability zone you need to create. Example, guys, um, yearly twice Amazon uh, Great India Sale will be there. Flipkart Big Billionaire Sale. During that time, many people are connecting the application. Yes or no? So during that time, you need a more servers to handle the request, right? But servers are not required all 365 days. At least during the uh, festival season, okay, offer season, the server should be ready. Example, IRCTC. I hope few people are from abroad. IRCT is nothing but Indian Railways. Indian Railways. Every day, 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, some Tatkal tickets will be open to book your tickets, to reserve your seat, berths. So during the time, more people are getting connected to the IRCTC website. So to handle the request, more web servers are required on the backend. So this is one of the best solution. Okay, best solution. During the window, it will create additional servers. It will handle the request. After the work, it will delete it. Wonderful concept, right? Huh? Beautiful concept, right? So that will be provided here. So only during the time, how many hours it will run, only the charges will be applicable. Obviously, IRCT is running the business for 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock, 1 hour. They'll generate more business, right? Okay, no problem. Maybe if you're creating additional servers, we need to pay, but you got a profit, right? That's the reason. So we are using the scheduled instances. And next, capacity reservations. Capacity reservation. If any services that is a particular instances you want to reserve for your future use, you can reserve the capacity. Like instance type model, you need to select based on your configuration. Which operating system you're using for your production, you can select it. And which availability zone you're specifically creating your instances, you need to select the availability zone. The tenancy default or dedicated you need to select. See this, what is meaning of default? Run a shared hardware instances. Your instances will be running on the hypervisor. Others users instance also running on the server. So dedicated means run a dedicated instance. That means your server, your instances. That will be a very huge cost. Okay, huge cost. So, and the placement group. We have a placement group will be there. Going forward, I'll explain. And quantity, how many servers is required. So based on that, and what is a particular time you need to create it, and you can click create. That's it. The server will create, and the particular time the servers are ready. Example, I'm going to live my application, web application, by Monday, 10 o'clock. So by 9 o'clock, my servers will be ready and providing applications to my users. This is called capacity reservations. This is called capacity reservations. So we have a different scenarios, different approach. Any other question?
Rajesh, can you hear me? This is Pradeep.
Yes, Pradeep.
Can I have some reserved instances which will only, run uh, at, for a few hours a day?
Mm,
Like, can I have a, combination of a reserved instance and scheduled instance?
okay. So here reserved instances. You have a specific number of instances you want to book for these many months and years. Okay, minimum 1 year to maximum 3 years. The capacity reservation. This is not a 1 year contract or 3 years contract. You can see manually you can select and a specific time you require you can select. That's a difference between reserved instances and capacity reservation. Okay.
Right. Thanks.
Yeah. Any other question?
I'm good. Thanks.
Thank you. So the next concept is launch templates.